and welcome to another episode of Random Thoughts. I am your host, the LYR to the ICS is Lyric Shaw. Hey, yo, it's not really sunny outside right now, man. It looks like it's a bit. It looks like it's about to rain, to tell you the truth, here in New York City, man. But fuck all that, man. The fuckery energy's here. Yo, I'm feeling great. I'm not gonna lie to you. I woke up on the right side of the bed, despite whatever shit's going on, man. I still feel good today. You know what I'm saying? Can't let nobody fuck my shit up today, man. Real rat. You know what I'm saying? But enough of all that, man. We here the season 3 finale. Hey, yo, crew, what's goody?
What's up?
Of course.
I don't know how to end this.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say right now.
All you have to do is just throw it out the window. And
season 3 finale.
No, that's it. Season 3 finale, man. Like, yo, Steph, what's going on? Yo, Steph, what's going on?
Hey, everyone. Y'all know me is Steph. Yo, Stephanie Gale up in here. Season 3 finale. Shout out to all the randos, as always. Everyone on the Ranners Union YouTube page and Facebook page. Everyone on our official YouTube, Facebook and Twitch pages. Random Thoughts Talk Series. We are here. Last one of the season.
Yeah. That's it. That's a fact. Hey, yo, Ad, what's going on, man?
What's good, y'all? ADV Av is in the spot, and again, we're here with another episode, and it's the season finale, man. Shout out to all the randos. We back in here. We will see who is going to be the main culprit for this topic we got today. But other than that, what's good, my G? Eric, what's good?
What's going on, man? Not much. Just wait ready for the topic, and kind of tired. But other than that, I'm good.
Ramos, the vampire from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Yeah, you been on any night attacks lately?
Nah, man. I've been drinking like coquito, you know?
the one you did not share with me. You know.
Well, I'm not gonna air.
You knew I was coming.
Yeah.
Man.
No, I wasn't
telling you what's going on.
Terrible.
I tell you shit.
Terrible.
Steph, I think we need intervention for you. I think we need to hold back on that coquito for you.
Mr. RJC was good.
I need more.
Mr. RJC 78, what's going on? Yo, you know what? I need this coquito, man. Like I'll buy it from you, man. I keep trying to tell you, I will buy it from you. Now,
if I see you, I'll give you a bottle. I have no problem like giving everybody. I've been giving a couple people bottles, not much, but you know, it's just that I've been working all the time, so you know.
Nah, I feel you, but hey, you preaching to the choir on that one, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a fact, man. Like, yo, shout out to all the randos. Shout out to all the Buffalo Bills fans. The Bills beat the shit out of the Patriots 24-10 on Thursday. I'm proud of Buffalo. You know, we doing our thing. Shout out to Baltimore Ravens too. They play the bum ass Denver Broncos today. Hey, yo, Steph, that should be an easy win for y'all because Russell Wilson ain't doing shit for the Broncos.
I don't know. They're doing something right now. It's 6-3 Broncos right now. So we gotta figure it out. Yeah. We should have beaten the Jaguars last week. That's some trash. Straight.
Can I ask you a question? What's up with people who are in sports teams? They say we. You playing on a team? What's we?
Yeah. No, that's a fact.
Yes, I play. It's a part of the team.
What position are you, Coach?
Our fighting spirit, our passion is part of the team. Yes.
Thank you. Bills Mafia in the building. We gonna say we all day. Stop playing with me.
We are part of the Ravens block. Okay.
So they call you come in the position. You're gonna go there and play a position.
We already playing position right now.
What's that on your butt?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yes. Go
fuck
team,
it.
Go. That's what we're doing.
Go team, go. That's what it is.
We yell at them when
go.
They get upset,
go to
when they mess up.
Hey, yo, famous Ramos.
When they do great things. That's all.
Fly your ass to Buffalo and talk that shit. They are some of the most craziest fans ever.
I'm not a sports person.
Ever.
I haven't been since I was like a teenager. I kind of got tired of it, but you know what I'm saying? I find it odd and curious. That's all.
Well, no, don't find it odd and curious.
No. Come on, man. I'm just saying. You should have known. As being a former sports fan, you should know with
But I
that-
never
that
said
kind
we. I never said we because I'm not in the team. I'm not playing position. That's what I'm saying.
You're not playing it. You're playing the position of a fan. That's the position.
Yeah, a
It's
fan.
not on the. It's not on the field. No, it's just,
Yeah, why-
we're
Okay, Coach Hilliard.
that is very important.
Where's your windbreaker?
Oh my God.
Like,
I
yeah.
don't need a windbreaker to be a fan. I got the hat.
No, I
That's
said
what
Coach Hilliard. I said,
got
where's
the
your
hat.
windbreaker? Because you know what I'm saying. You call them plays.
I am. Every time they screw up.
All right, guys. You guys, and as you know what? Shout out to the randos. I should shout out the randos also. I'm sorry, man. Shout out to the randos. But y'all know what time it is, right? You gotta know what time it is. It's time. It's time to let the fuckery commence.
Hey.
Warning. The opinions expressed in this program are those of the presenter in their current state of mind, which they have the right to change at any given moment. The iRant Network and the members of the Ranters Union are not responsible for any claims made. All opinions and train of thoughts are welcomed here and protected by the First Amendment and the Ranters Union. All commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, teaching, and or scholarship of copyrighted material is protected by the Fair Use Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. iRant Network and the founder of the Ranters Union, Jalogic, aka Mr. M, recommends that you take what is said and do your own research. Read a goddamn book and form your own opinion. Furthermore, listen carefully to the ranters rant and debate their opinions and form your own conclusion. Thank you for watching this member-supported program, powered by the Ranters Union and produced for the iRant Network. Good day.
Yes.
All
we are
right.
back.
We are back. You know what I'm saying? And yo, that adult warning shit that was just put up, it's definitely needed for this episode. Definitely needed.
Wait, hold on a second. Why does Steph has a gallon of milk?
Because she wants because no,
eggnog.
it's the spiked up eggnog she had from last week.
And that's why she needs to hold back on the coquito because she needs a intervention right there. I mean, every time I see this woman, she's drinking on something. I don't know.
No, because
I need it for this episode.
You know what? No, it's kind of
That's
my
what you
fault.
said last episode.
No.
Yes, I needed it for that episode too.
No. She don't even know why she needed for that last episode because I told her I got that. You know, I was like talking to one of my exes and shit. So, and she knows the whole story with that. So you know what I mean?
She went and get a drink for that. She
needed a drink for that.
I didn't understand that one. That was.
Yeah, it was to her it was some ass backward shit. So it was like
some people say, you know, you have an ex for a reason. I'm not one of those people. I feel like, you know, true love comes and it flowers whenever it flowers. That's how flowers work. But this one, nah.
They also die. Flowers die.
Yeah.
Yes, this one died. This one died. I don't know why he keeps going back to this dead rose.
That seems like a Venus flytrap, to tell you the truth.
It is.
It keeps coming back.
So sometimes you know you fall for the fly trap, man. But I mean, you know, it's not like listen. It was just some shit that it was the heart wants what it wants. Let's put it that way. Salud, salud. Fuck it. Like, you know, the heart wants what it wants.
Call back to the last episode. Love language. Learn your love language and learn why you love that certain way, and then disconnect from the bullshit. Honestly, yeah, and you're not joking, Eric. No,
like I didn't have to go back to the last episode, even though I did go back to the last episode. I don't have to go back to understand that shit because once I found out what her true love language was, I understood from the door. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So a love language really does help and shit. But anyway, we're jumping into this. Today is episode 3-23, the season 3 finale. Woo! this one is going to be a fucking scorcher here, boy. Who's the real threat to this country? Yeah, that's today's topic of discussion.
I'm gonna have a lot.
Who is the real threat to this country? Oh man, I really hope YouTube does not kick us off this shit for this. Like, I really hope.
I'm gonna say this off the bat. Like, the last few episodes have been perfectly timed. Like, perfectly timed. I don't know if you all have heard this.
Yeah.
You heard what happened just like a couple of days ago?
No, I don't. I didn't. What? Go ahead.
Your favorite person again went
Trump
off
back?
again. No.
Kanye?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I kind of heard about that.
Yeah, that douchebag went off again.
He said something about Yoo-hoo or something like that.
And his man.
Something about Yoo-hoo. That's all I remember. Like somebody, he was on some show. He was
First of all,
making.
No, he's
he was
with
making.
Alex Jones.
Not Alex
Yeah,
Alex
he's
Jones.
making Alex Jones look sane.
Yes.
The man who talked about green men and lizard people and fucking whatever and actor. What is called something? What are those actors called? Something actors like show up in the scenes of devastation, act like in create situations.
Antifa.
No, he
Yeah,
he
but I
says
know what
this-
you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember. He called it something.
Crisis
Crisis actors. He created the word crisis actor. That man is insane.
Yeah. There was that, and then his BFF, the one he met with for dinner, that guy, the orange comb over.
Okay.
Number
Trump?
40. Yes,
she just don't want to say. That's why.
the twice impeached, disgraced, about to be indicted former president.
Where they go to McDonald's?
This guy, you know what he called for? This
Go
guy,
ahead.
we're gonna get into the fuckery right now because
In the
this
topic, because
guy-
you don't even know what the topic is, but go ahead.
Say it
No,
again.
I just saw the topic.
He did. He said,
Okay.
"Who is the threat to this country?"
Okay.
I just said it. I literally did. Yo, Ed,
I'm
come on,
just
brother.
being extra. Golly.
No, but
You stay extra.
Yes, I do.
but here's the crazy thing. This dude called for the
Shinobi, what's up?
Constitution to be abolished.
Yeah, because he wants to be a dictator.
Exactly. That's the first thing I said. I said, this dude, I've been saying that all along. This guy wants to be Hitler so bad, but like
He wants to be Putin. He wants to be Putin, but like, yeah, he wants to be Putin because Putin, even though they say it's democratic, that's no fucking democratic system. He's stayed how many years he been in power? 15 years? Am I wrong? More than that? 20 years plus?
something like that.
Yeah.
20 years.
Do you think the U.S. is a democratic system?
No, it's indirect, and it's based on
Very indirect.
We know the system where we know what you call it. I can't even think right now. I'm so tired. But basically, people who the power, like stating like what they feel the people want, but they could vote for whatever the fuck they want. What is it called? The something college? Not
Electoral college.
electoral college. The electoral college, like the way. So we know the system works. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And the people who get put in power are people who are placed there for a reason.
Yeah. So they're not selected. They're not elected. They're selected.
They're selected.
Exactly. But yeah, you guys, you also got to take into consideration this, man. If you really look deeply into it, this system been playing under the game of politics for years. Not politics, but politics.
Puppeteer.
Robert Fulton, Shinobi said, former president, former Pres Cheeto said, Musk, you must bow to me before I start using Twitter again. LOL. This guy, man, he called him Pres Cheeto.
You really thought life was a reality TV show, and guess what?
Yo.
But you know what? I do want to say this.
It's insane right now. It's insane.
I do. Well, I don't want to say this. I need to say this for the sake of this topic. This topic is like when we sat down and went through topic names, TOD names and stuff. When I heard this one in particular, I was like, this is such a loadedly open question. Who is the real threat to this country? Because there's not no one answer. There's not a one answer.
Oh yeah,
it really isn't a one answer.
I would say there's one answer.
No. But hear me out. Hear me out, Steph. it really isn't one answer because there's so many things going on within the United States of America. Some things we can talk about, other things I'd rather not talk about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you guys want to, hey, we are protected under the First Amendment. Or was it First or Second Amendment?
But that don't mean YouTube,
but it doesn't
still
mean
end up striking it down.
No, that's a fact.
So how do we avoid, what words do we avoid in terms of for YouTube for striking us down? Because we could use words in lieu of. So we can still talk about a topic. We have to talk about next season, I guess. But I always want to drop it off. Like what let's talk about what's the real threat, right? The real threat. We have 3%ers, right? We have which is essentially QAnon. You have the neo-Nazis. You have the Proud Boys, which are basically the major three, and you have other groups like eco-fascists. You have the Antifa dudes, which sounds good on surface, but the tactics is problematic. What else we had? We also have people who are I forgot what they're called, but the sovereign dudes, the sovereign nation dudes, where they believe like they are militant themselves. What's up?
The oath keepers.
You said oath keepers. Proud Boys. Oath keepers are Proud Boys. It's the same thing, right?
It's similar.
I think they are the same. I think they have the same symbol, but whatever. Yeah. But essentially, those, so I'm saying, let's talk about why do you feel who's a threat at the current moment and why? I have my opinion. I just want to hear everybody else before I chime in.
Well, I'll tell you.
I'll say this. They got one. This is why I say there's one threat, because they all have a commonality, and it's white supremacy.
Antifa is not really anti-fascist. They're basically the antithesis of the white supremacist party. So they're extremists. They're what I'm saying.
But see,
I don't know. It still comes from white supremacy to me.
Their basic creation was to be anti-fascist, Antifa.
No, but if it's true that George Soros was the one that started Antifa or incited or whatever, set up the foundation for it, white supremacy. Period.
Well, not like Steph, but Steph, you also got to take into consideration. Like, I do understand what you're saying about white supremacy. I do. Like, me and you had these conversations away from the camera. You know what I'm saying about stuff of white supremacy. But what I mean by this is such a loadedly open question. Robert said fourth branch, social media is a double-edged sword. You're damn straight it is. Like, you're damn straight because it can help you and it can damn sure hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about this bullshit cancel culture fuck shit that they talking about. Like, cancel. Let me tell you, you cancel culture motherfucker something. All right? I've been waiting to tell you this. Y'all ain't a threat to shit. Culture these nuts. How about that?
Culture these.
Okay. Sorry. Cancel these nuts. Cancel these nuts.
I thought you wanted me culture, like yogurt. This culture?
No. I kind of call myself. I thought it was sounding cool and shit. Cancel these nuts. All right. Cancel these.
I think both of them work, but
no. But what I'm saying is, cancel culture. This whole cancel culture bullshit. Y'all not even an eighth of a threat to this society nor this country. Nobody even paying attention to y'all.
Not
Go
anymore.
Cancel yourselves. I never paid attention to them niggas. Like,
I think it's bullshit now, because everybody who said they cancel, they come back like the week later and they go, "Hey, I'm back," and then so this bullshit of people trying to cancel people is just nonsense. It's just,
it's I agree with you 100% on that, man. You know what I mean? But I will tell you, like, my personal opinion as far as what is a threat, and I think this is something that a lot of people forgot. The global economy, what's going on with the weather and how off shit is right now. Like, for instance, right now in New York, it's supposed to be at least between like snow, like raining and snowing and shit. Like, we just started to get rain now. Now it feels like fall. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like September, October, we've been getting sunlight. It's been summer extended out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Mother Nature.
Years, though.
No, but Mother Nature really been on her damn period. Like, yo, like,
look.
And you can't put white supremacy on that shit.
Yes, you can.
You can put it on them.
You most
definitely
can.
You can put it on them. I was joking.
You most definitely can.
Anyway, so this is my opinion. You go ahead. I'm sorry. I want to hear your point.
Advis, my fault.
Go ahead. Go for yours.
So,
I know you have something to say about this.
When I think about this, I always go back to the 9 areas of people activity, the 9 major areas of people activity by Neely Fuller, who he came up with, or there's a number of people who came up with these 9 areas, and that's how I at least be able to tell like who's a real threat. Because I agree with lyrics, especially in economics. That's one of the areas. Another one is education, because I'm thinking in a sense of when we think about threat, or we think about the whole fabric of the system, or we thinking about the essential parts that also hold up the system in this way. So when I think about that, I think of these 9 areas. So economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war, or counter-war politics as well. So those are the 9 areas. So when I'm thinking of those, the one that I'm heavily on right now personally is more so the family structure. So when I think of that, I think of not only of course the government, but I don't know by name who in particular. You can say the president, but there's always people above that. Those people
the House
are the
of
real threat.
Representatives.
Yeah, those
The
are
House of Representatives.
those people are the real threat. Especially, well, since you bring that up, yeah, most of those people are a real threat because a lot of the people who are in those positions and roles have been outed for saying not only racial things, but also just very condescending and troubling things, and they're still in those places and offices. So how are you going to not only allow these people to still run the country, but with the same rhetoric and ideas that they have? So that is one of them. Another one will be a hot take for some people, but I'm going to just say this straight up. Hopefully it doesn't get banned, but whatever, is the feminism as of right now.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? Now that I agree with Steph. When it comes to feminism, that I think is part of white supremacy, because I'm gonna say it like this. You know, I've been talking about this for a couple of episodes about the black family, or the destruction of the black family. You have a lot of interracial relationships, a lot of interracial families, and that's cool. If that's your, once again, I'll say this again, if that's your preference, if a black woman dates a white guy, or a white woman dates a black guy, if it's your natural preference, if you feel you're naturally drawn to that person as a human being, hey, you got my blessing, man. Go do what you do. But if it's not, and you're just trying to fit in a role, or because you hate your own race, you're part of the fucking problem. I don't give a fuck how you feel. You're part of the problem. Plain and simple.
It gets complicated because you can never tell. Honestly, like, you can't tell if somebody is with somebody because of biases they have within themselves, or is it because they naturally?
Actually, you can. You can if you really. No. Not you're right. Not always, but there was a video online where I think it was a white dude with a black woman. Black woman was the black woman was his wife, and it was in Iowa. They saw another black guy. They saw a black guy with a broken down car or whatever. His car broke down in the middle of the street, and the white guy, he wanted to help the guy. He wanted to help the black guy. He was like, "Yo, we should help him." The wife was like, "Hell no, nah. Let his ass stay on that side of the road, man. We already got enough niggas in the car." And she used the word niggas.
And she's a black woman?
Oh no, she used it openly, like, no, well, yeah, because she was a black woman, but like the white dude, he's just sitting there laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take into consideration when you do shit like that in front of another race. It's time, but they may take that as a joke, depending on the type of person they are or how they were raised. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand, when it comes to racism, I think, is the biggest threat. That's the biggest threat to this country. Well, that's the biggest threat to the world.
That's something I want to talk about, because
which is also part of white supremacy.
Well,
which is part of white supremacy.
I'm a step camp. But lately I've been like watching a lot of stuff. Like, you know, I've been thinking all the stuff I mentioned. Like, my interest lies in extreme people and groups, right? Extreme. We're talking about culture, whatever. I find this fascinating. A lot of time they cross over. You know, like these fascist, and basically, I was doing some research and I was noticing a common thing, right? After every war in the United States since the Civil War, there's been an uprising of what we would call right wing or or white supremacy. What you have in mind what they call it back then, but you know what I'm saying? Like since the Civil War, you're talking about after the Civil War. You talk about prior to World War II, but in World War II because you have to in Civil War. Of course, we have the oldie but not goodie, the KKK, right? The original asshole.
That was before World War One.
That was the Civil War. That was prior to the Civil War. When they came back, they basically what I'm saying, they radicalized these people. They've been radicalizing them even to this day. You have all these groups you mentioned before. A lot of what they do is they go after soldiers, veterans who come back or try to radicalize them within the army. So you have dudes who are trained killers who they're putting into the ranks who can then train more people.
Right.
You don't think these dudes are thinking about something? They're planning something. There's certain cases that happened recently where they try to attempt to, I believe, these dudes try to attempt to kill a couple anti-fascist leaders, something like that. I was reading up on that, but we got to even go back to Timothy McVeigh. Timothy McVeigh was a veteran. He was a part of a group. I can't remember the name of the group. I think he was part of the Sovereign group, one of the Sovereign groups. Yeah. And essentially, you saw what they were trying to do. They were trying to break the fabric of our society because they felt that they want white power, right? Superiority in terms of race. I was watching this video and there's a dude who I forgot what group he belongs to, but he mentioned something and this is obvious, but something it comes out of his mouth. Finally, he said, it's not about hating somebody. Like I do hate these people, but it's about power. That's strong and that's true. Rings true. It's about power. They want to control this country. They see that other people in this country, right? Minorities, specifically, we'll call them minorities. People who are different ethnic group from the white are growing in numbers, and they feel they're losing their culture, what have you, and then they're being taught to hate. So then you have these people who come back from the war. They feel like they're disenfranchised because they feel the government they send on these wars. They didn't do enough for them, and then they're being radicalized by these groups. And then now, you know what I'm saying? That's just something heavy that's really happening.
But this is what I'm talking about. Like even before them. Wait, let me mention this one thing.
No, do you think?
Because he was talking about the growing numbers of people of color, specifically the Hispanic population. It's been they're like growing in like 5 times the rate of every other race.
We can't help fucking that.
Hey, I love it. Hey, keep doing it. Keep doing
what 2 seconds, baby button popped out.
Keep doing what you're doing. Hey,
well,
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. So when they were detaining, the immigrants, on the border, in Georgia and Texas and Arizona, all those places, there was a woman that came out and basically talked about the Department of Health and how they were sterilizing these women and keeping them from getting pregnant.
That's nothing new. We talked about this.
So they were basically sterilizing them with chemicals and making sure that they wouldn't have babies again. But I'm saying this is coming from a federal agency.
Yeah, the government has done this to people of color, specifically going back probably over 100 years. I can give you details, specific events and people they've done it to. Specifically, people who they've taken, like are citizens now. You know what I mean? They you know what I mean? Like, for example, Puerto Rico did the same thing. They went over there after the Operation Bootstrap. They started giving chemically. Is it chemically castrating when it's a woman?
Chemically.
Okay, so the chemical against unbeknownst to these women, and they've done it multiple times. They've done it many times. I'm pretty sure they did it to New Guinea as well. Like all these different islands that they've taken, they assimilated into their country. You know what I mean? They continue doing this shit.
But I'll say this, and it's something that you said earlier about the KKK, Eric. I said this before too. It's one thing, like the KKK, man. They full of shit. I think they should all jump in the burning pot of flames and shit for all I care. But there's one thing I do agree with them on. Just one.
You mentioned it, but go ahead.
It's the actual reason why they do what they do. What they do, I don't agree with 100%. Like, I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? Let me make that crystal clear. I'm not with none of the shenanigans. But the reason why they want to salvage what's left of their race, of the Caucasian race. Like you just said it, like they're dwindling in numbers, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like the most, I think they did a poll, like by percentages of the race in America right now. Latinos and Latinas are on top of that list. Plain and simple.
The problem is with them is that I'm gonna be real asshole right now. There is no American culture. There is no American culture. All culture of America is taken from other places.
Yeah, that's the culture.
So there's no true American culture.
No, that's the American culture.
Because the thing is, they don't even draw on their own that culture from where they came from. Majority of these Americans, they basically
what my point is. Sorry to cut you off, but what my point being is
and
this.
No such thing as race.
Actually, it does. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. What I'm trying to say, okay, it does have something to do with race. It has a lot to do with it because, like I just said,
the concept of race was created to divide. It was created to divide.
I understand, but this is what everybody's paying attention to now. This is what's going on now. I understand what you're saying 100%, but you have a lot of people who really either don't understand or don't care to understand what you're saying at that moment when it comes to that. I get it, but most people don't. So and the reality of it is
by the concept.
A lot of people swear that they're woke, but these niggas are sleepwalking. They are sleepwalking. They are not really woke to what's going on right now. I said it. If you feel offended, sorry you feel offended, but it's the truth. And if you feel offended, then one of them sleepwalking motherfuckers is you. Plain and simple. Like, yo, you're not woke because simple fact you can't handle the fact that the reality of it is percentage wise. You know what I'm saying? And Ad, if you can, I know you like looking up shit in percentages or whatever. If you can to back up what I'm about to say and shit, can you look up online and that shit with the percentage? Because I remember seeing it. I think it was online or some shit. The percentage, like I said, it's like Latinos and Latinas hold a great percentage population-wise because they keep having
not number one yet.
Yes, in the United States. You know what I'm saying?
Not yet. They're close though.
I thought it was
very close. No, they're the fastest growing.
That's right, Mexico. Take it all back.
Yes. Remember the Alamo.
Oh my God.
Remember the Alamo, Mexico.
One baby at a time.
What I'm trying to say is the number that believe it, like the numbers of the number of Caucasians is dwindling. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's growing because of the fact that now you got more interracial couples making interracial babies, interracial families. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. That's the truth of it. But it still all comes down to racism, which all comes down to white supremacy. Yes, that is a problem. But also another problem, what I think is really a threat, is the food that we eat. Why do I say that? Because let's look at it from this perspective. Okay, fruits and vegetables. Me and my boy Africa, we were actually talking. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Africa Ra, aka the Panther. Me and Africa, we were talking. We were talking about how to properly clean your fruits and vegetables. And he was like, "You know how to properly clean your fruits and vegetables?" I was like, "Yeah, with water, right? Like you just run, cold hot water because I know they spraying with DDT." To keep the bugs and shit off while the fruit is growing. You know what I'm saying? While the fruits and vegetables is growing, at least within the American crops here. So,
or DDT?
DDT.
Oh, because about to say, I'm going to get high off that shit then. I'm not going to wash my fruits and vegetables.
He's in TMTs and DDT.
No, I did say DDT, like the wrestling move DDT. Anyway,
yeah, I know.
DDT.
Don't say wrestling before they strike you, so relax.
Yeah, that's a fact.
There's plenty of videos about DNT on the internet, man.
Hey, shout out every wrestling organization but the one that struck us. Anyway, getting to the point. Like I said, they were, they spray chemicals to keep the bugs or whatever off from destroying the crops. You know what I'm saying? but you also had to take into consideration those same like that same poison that they spray on the fruit to protect it could also harm us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what my friend was saying, Africa was saying, he was like, yo, what you do is you get like a big pot and you if I'm not mistaken, I think he said you gotta mix the water with vinegar or something like that, like hot water and vinegar, and let it soak overnight.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So
vinegar is a natural deterrent for bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We used to use it in Crystal House.
Yeah. Well, yeah, shout out to Sede, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I see that it was a certain way of how they prepared the food.
Shout out to Kamin, aka Comedic Yogi. That's the one that introduced us to growing crops organically.
Shout out to him too. You know what I'm saying? But I still want to shout out to Sede.
Shout out to Sede as well. I don't want
to out of favoritism. You know what I'm saying? It was out of favoritism.
I did notice one thing. Anybody who's been out of the country, I think Ad has been out of the country. The food in different countries are way better than here. So you've all been here. The country, like every country I've been to, the food is way better. Like I can eat that food and lose weight. While I'm here, I'm gaining the weight. I'm eating less. Why is that? MSG. And also, you know, like the of course we have issue. We don't know what they're fucking putting in our bread as well. GMO. You know, the crops shit they put in it. That you know what I mean? Like, because I noticed when I stopped eating bread, like I was just losing the weight. I'm like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, there's a problem with that. What we would talk. I think we talked about that in one of the episode when your boys came on lyrics. What shit? I can't remember.
Carnage.
Yeah. No,
Carnage and Q. Like Carnage. I think it was Carnage and Q.
Yeah,
we're talking about how not glucose. What's in bread? What is it?
Gluten.
Shit in bread. Gluten. Yeah, I was saying glucose.
Gluten. Carnage was saying gluten. Well, you gotta remember, gluten creates extra sugar. Like gluten is a part of sugar and shit. It creates
glucose. But but basically like how that is storing in your stomach. And specifically that is the men. I'm guessing more men than women, but like you know what I mean. Like, and then we don't know what they're doing to our system because we're not supposed. From what I understand, reading and talking to people, like glucose is not naturally. I mean, gluten is not naturally we should be eating. You know what I mean? Like if there's a lot of things in our diet that we eat that not necessarily we should eat. They don't give us nutritional value. Like it gives us shit that we shouldn't be eating, and our bodies are resisting it. But that's why a lot of people becoming glucose intolerant and shit like that. You know what I mean? You know, like all these things we shouldn't be consuming, we're consuming, and now generations later, we're seeing the effects of that.
Honestly, now that you just made me think about that too, of an observation of why we have certain allergies or to foods, and some of it is because our body's telling us you shouldn't be eating that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that just makes a lot of sense. But once you
I'm lactose intolerant as well, so that maybe the world's telling me stop eating milk.
Honestly, milk.
I should stop drinking this.
Stop with that cow milk, Steph.
I don't drink it. This is the only time I drink it.
All of those.
Well, listen, I'm allergic to mushrooms and avocados. You know what I'm saying? And I remember telling. Hold on. I was telling Q that me and Q had a conversation about that, and because she you got to remember Carnage and Q, they're what they call alkaline vegetarians. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that they eat, everything, huh?
Alkaline vegans.
Same thing. Alkaline vegans, vegetarians.
It's not the same thing. That's why we had that episode, so you know the difference.
Are they raw vegan or vegan?
Right. You are
raw vegan or vegan?
Hashtag Chop Cheese City all day. We in the building. Anyway, so like I was saying, right? So right. So all right. So they're alkaline vegans, okay? But I remember talking to Q about it, and I remember Q was saying that that she thought the reason why I was allergic to mushrooms and avocados is because of the food that I was eating constantly through the years, and that it added up. You know what I'm saying? And like she said, if I go on like a cleanse, like a natural cleanse, I think with just water or whatever to flush out the whole system, then I would be, I'll be more tolerant of eating mushrooms and avocados and stuff like that if I completely change my whole diet.
Yeah.
And
another thing is though, dude, I'm not trying to be a jerk right now, but like people who are heavier, they tend to store certain chemicals because the foods they're eating are absorbed into their body.
Yeah.
So it potentially something in there that you've been eating in a large amount is being affected by what you're consuming the avocado. Now, I'm not sure what in an avocado or mushrooms that might be, like giving you that effect with whatever you're eating.
Probably the oils.
Maybe the oils, maybe the oils are being affected by something else in your system. And that sounds about right. I don't know for sure, but you need to go through that journey.
I put it to you this way, man. That like the mushrooms, when I found out about I think I was like 14, 15. Like that shit almost literally killed me in the hospital. So like after that, I don't take like mushrooms. I don't fuck mushrooms at all. Like at all. You know what I'm saying? Like at all. No, I like the taste. I like mushrooms. I like eating mushrooms. But the thing is, once I found out. No, not those type of mushrooms.
Because we talked about DMT earlier. Yeah, for sure.
I had to do a callback, man. Come on.
DDT. Anyway,
first of all, I'm gonna tell you something. I've never done drug higher than weed, like in terms of more potent than weed. So, everybody know I'm just joking around.
Okay, Steph, that's you. Cool. All right.
Just want to put that out there. We love you guys.
What's up with the chats, man? What's going on with nobody?
They wasn't ready for the finale, man. They thought it wasn't about that time, but it definitely was.
They're crying right now. They're all crying.
Yeah.
Oh no, they put no. Come on, man. Like speaking of
trouble typing,
Yeah, you stupid. You're stupid.
We roasting.
But shout out to
randos.
But shout out to all the randos. Shout out to KMA. You know what I'm saying? I know she got something going on, open mic thing going on.
That's
I think in South Africa.
Friend, the DJ?
That's Kimberly.
Yeah,
Kimberly, the top South African Kimberly. Okay.
Yeah, one of the original. How do you South Africa
introduced us to?
That's how I know her as. You're gonna preface that with that, and then I know. Oh, I know who she is.
Miss Mjolo.
Yeah, Miss Mjolo. Yo. Shout out to KMA, you know what I'm saying? Yo, y'all some fools. Mr. RJC said a lot of times food pairing plays a role. Yeah, you're right. Food pairing does play a role. You know what I'm saying? But in this case of it being a threat to this country, let's look at McDonald's fries. And I'm not even joking. Have you guys seen the documentary Super Size Me?
Super Size Me.
Yeah, of course.
And then I think they made a part 2 to that shit.
But they did it with the chicken one.
With like KFC.
He created his own chicken restaurant, and like he did the whole route of making it organic type of chicken, home, free range, and all of that stuff.
Yeah. So like you and the thing with McDonald's fries, like that shocked the fuck out of me, man. Like I that's why I don't really fuck with McDonald's like that no more.
It did not shock me. I remember as a kid leaving a fry finding a fry in a seat in my father's car like 2 years later, and that shit was nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's a problem. There's something wrong with a fry that can outlive a roach. You know what I mean? Like if radiation comes upon this planet, like bomb drops, the fucking French fry will outlive us all. The McDonald's French fry will outlive us all. That shit will be still intact.
They made a sequel of Starship Troopers out of McDonald's food. Those are the real threat instead of the bugs.
That's one of the true enemies for sure. That's one of my true enemies for sure. I have not eaten McDonald's in 12 years almost.
Yeah. Man. I haven't eaten
the bugs were eating the McDonald's food to get.
I remember I didn't eat McDonald's for 5 years, right? And then I had a McDonald's burger, and I was disgusted.
You already made my stomach hurt already. Stop.
It just made me. I didn't finish the burger. I was like, I'm done. I'm not eating this anymore.
Yeah, but shout out to all the McDonald's workers though, man. Like we still fuck with y'all, man. We just don't fuck with McDonald's like that. But
don't really fuck with them though, because they will fight you. I'm just
and they will try to come after us though for bad mouthing them. So
they'll come over McDonald's workers for sure.
Frontline workers over there doing your thing. Essential workers feeding the public.
And even the public that jump over counters to try to beat the shit out of the workers for getting a Big Mac all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how many times we seen McDonald's fights and shit. Like, hey yo, son, like where the extra sauce at? Like niggas getting fucked up over extra sauces or
The problem is that they started charging you for a sauce, and then like the sauce is this small, and then they want to charge you for like 50 cents for each one. That's insane, man. That's crazy. That's a fact. I would fight somebody too.
Look at
pink meat nuggets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pink slime. That's what it was. But supposedly they changed their formula, but still at the end of the day, still has that in there. Because again, they're just getting clever.
Real white meat.
Yeah,
and the chicken nuggets. The chicken nuggets was so delicious. Like yo, that's the only thing I used to get in McDonald's was the nugget. Besides the Big Mac was the nuggets, and then I had the quarter pounder with cheese and shit. Like damn, son. And that, but you know what they brought back? The steak, egg, and cheese on the bagel and shit. Yeah, I used to fuck them shits up, man. The steak, egg, and cheese.
Stay away from McDonald's. I'd rather you eat the
with the grilled onions.
McDonald's.
I'll be real though, like Egg McMuffin, man, back in the day with jam, that was some good shit as a kid. That was my sausage McMuffin, man, with jam. They always give you a jam.
Wait, whoa. Sausage and eggs with jam.
No, sausage McMuffin. Like they always give you a little thing of jam with. I don't know why it would come, but I used to like put it on the bread and eating that like that. That shit was the jam. The jam. That sandwich was the jam with jam.
Okay, sweetie.
Steph is talking mad shit, but I be seeing some
weird eating habits.
How's that weird? It's jam.
Yeah, how's that? That's what I was going to.
I
agree with Eric.
The person who's drinking eggnog, the most disgusting drink in the world.
Hold on.
Are you gonna work out? Are you gonna work out or get drunk with the eggnog?
It tastes a lot like coquito.
No, it does not. You a McDonald's worker? I'm gonna go over that counter and beat your ass.
That's going to be the sponsored drink for Randumb Thoughtz now.
To say it's nothing like coquito at all.
Oh yo,
my goodness!
A big, humongous shout out to Poke Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Poke Bowl is a Japanese restaurant here in New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they have like Japanese food, ramen and what is it? Chicken katsu and all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They fuck with us heavy, man. Poke Bowl. I'ma holla at y'all, Poke Bowl, if y'all ever watch this or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? Real rap.
Poke Bowl United. That's what they're called.
Yeah. What is that? I want the Szechuan sauce, Morty. Wow. Szechuan. Sorry.
That was a good episode,
man. Yeah.
Oh man, yo, yeah. Shout out to Poke Bowl, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a shout out at the end of the show, man. That everybody that really fuck with us, man. But let's get back to the subject here of who we think is a real threat, you know, to this country, guys. For those out there typing.
Yeah, go ahead, Steph. Yep.
No, I would say, hold on. For those who are out there typing, you know what I'm saying? Type your comments. Let us know who you think seriously is a real threat to this country. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has their own.
This country, eggnog. It's a major threat. We need to abolish eggnog.
Well, food. You know what I'm saying? Like alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like alcohol is a real threat as well.
Gross. Disgusting.
Oh, no. Non-dairy oat milk.
It doesn't matter. It's the egg thing. Yes. The mixture of the egg thing.
There's no egg in this. There's no egg.
Then it's not eggnog. You can't call something eggnog and it has no egg.
It's called old nog. You see no egg.
So what was the other thing?
Doesn't even mention it.
So what was the other thing?
What's
the carton of milk.
This is eggnog.
What is going on here, Steph? I'm confused.
Steph, put that stuff in the refrigerator.
I drank all of this, so it's done. No, this is empty. There's nothing.
There it is. Go for it.
Mr. RJC78 said corporations pay scientists to make food addictive by making it taste good. Government and food companies are in bed together. Our health is not in their best interest.
Of course.
I mean, come on. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You know that
governments, pharmaceutical, as well as all these big industry, big business. I'm gonna say big business.
Let me tell you something. Chicken and rice chicken and rice fucked my life up. You know what I'm saying?
Good,
Like
though.
ever since age 5. You see this? All this chicken
All that
and
can't be
rice,
chicken
man.
and rice. All that can't be chicken and rice.
Yeah, well, hold-
That's chopped
I'll
cheese.
say
Yeah.
I'll say about
No, no,
75% chopped cheese.
No. 75% chicken and rice.
That steak, egg, and
No, actually, no.
bagel from McDonald's.
Actually, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. But I would say, or 60-40. 60% chicken and rice, 40% chopped cheese. Shout out, hashtag chopped cheese city. We coming strong all night long.
You gotta lower.
Rap
You gotta
'em.
lower your portions,
That's
man.
it.
Go brown rice and lower your portions. You can still eat it. You just don't eat as much.
Yes.
Well, guys, all jokes aside, seriously, I am trying my best to make a change within my diet. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not doing it because I'm jumping on a wave with all these other, like we did the health wave shit. I'm not jumping on no health wave.
I want to serve a carrot.
What happened? What you say, Ad? I'm riding the health wave.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not riding the health wave? Are you sure about that?
I'm very positive about riding that health wave shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for my own health. I'm doing it because I would like to live a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit.
Shouts out
you
to
know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to you though for
Thank you.
Even though I know you've had some sips here and there, but like as in when you said you would go really without doing it for a long while, you stuck to it. So shouts out to you.
Took my alcohol. You've been stopping on the alcohol. That's good, man. I've been making coquito, but I really haven't been drinking it. I didn't drink at all, actually. That's crazy.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you though. Like, yeah, I have slowed down the liquor, and I'm still trying to. But my current situation, I had to get like a Coors Light the other day. Like,
the circumstances which thereof.
Thank you. Due to the circumstances which thereof. I haven't said that shit in a minute. Like, yeah. Like I had to get a Coors Light. You know what I'm saying? It was the right beer for that moment. So it was like, yo, listen, I needed
Budweiser. I'm okay with that, man. Just don't drink Budweiser. That's disgusting.
Yeah, you know what? I have to agree with you on that, man. Unless you drunk off of some other shit, then Budweiser's delicious. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
No,
like, you know,
not any day, not any hour, and any second.
Earlier, Eric, when you made me think about when you talking about all the different groups, and we were trying to go back and pinpoint like not only all the racial groups who've had like the KKK and stuff, like who's been threats in that particular way. You made me think way back to now in religion about missionaries and how some missionaries come into different places to come. They didn't come just to inform, but more so to colonize and to influence,
to conquer your religion, right? Yeah,
and cause control with religion. So you made me start thinking about missionaries, and that's been going on.
Hence the sphere of influence. That's where that's what that.
Let's think about this. The people to this day are still controlled because the right wing, the right wing part of this country, their main driving force is religion, right? Like God. Mm-hmm. God is telling us to do this. But I don't remember in the Bible saying anywhere where they I guess they interpret shit certain ways. But where it said God hate your brother. Hate your brother. I don't remember him saying hate your brother. Just saying. I don't know. If you could find the verse for me, I would appreciate. Maybe I change my mind about it. But if we're all basically from the same, species, then we're all brothers in some way, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then motherfuckers just want to hate on people. Why? Because they feel they're threatened. Mm-hmm. They're losing what they call their culture, and whatever. But this has been happening all over the world. We don't see this in populations that are dwindling, and that's happening in the United States as well. Japan is one of them as well. They're bringing people from other places to bring up their population because people ain't fucking like they used to. The only person who's fucking like really hard is Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder is populating
and Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon. I was going to say that. I'm not a celebrity person, but every time I turn around, somebody talking about Nick Cannon. So unfortunately, I know.
Dude got like 3 kids in the way, man. He's working on a 4th.
All I have to say is he needs to catch up to Screaming Jay Hawkins. That's the reigning champ of all time.
Oh, you know what? I was listening to his discography the other day. Screaming Jay Hawkins. I put a spell on you. You don't know him?
Yeah.
I put a spell on you. 'Cause you're mine. What? Come on, man.
Dun, 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 dun,
what's wrong with you?
Dun,
kicking the door.
dun, dun, dun.
Biggie. Kicking
the
door. That's the sample.
All right, motherfucker. Shit, then.
God.
He's what would we call his music? Like golf? Can we call that golf? I don't even know what you would call it.
I don't even know.
It's blues.
No,
blues.
it's not. But it's not blues. It's like a subgenre of blues because it's
No,
all like it's trust. Dude.
It's still blues though. Like it's still it's still in that realm.
He was, but he's in a game all by himself. He always was, man.
Yeah.
The first time I heard him,
anyway, how many kids? How many kids does this motherfucker got though? Screaming Jay Hawkins with him.
At the time of his passing, and they still don't know how many kids he had. They said it was upwards of 75 kids.
Damn. That he knows of. 75 that he knows of.
Well, look it.
Like how much? Like that, now, hold on, man. His dick was working overtime, man. God damn, like
the fact that you said, "Damn, no one can hear you."
Damn, like yo, like he must have had a lot of time on his hands, man. Like shit, you sitting there, shit, boy. Like how you bust
like Nick Cannon or Screaming Jay Hawkins? One of
yo, he busted
Stevie Wonder. They're gonna be good singers,
or Flavor Flav or Old Dirty Bastard.
How many Flavor Flav got?
Flavor Flav has at least 13 kids. So,
wow, damn, dude.
But I'm gonna say this. Well, I know we laughing about it, but the way we looking at these birth rates is very troubling because we don't even have enough to. It's almost getting to a point we don't have enough to even replace the people that's already here.
That's the biggest problem, right?
Declining.
And then the population before us are living longer, so they're living longer, and then our generation is supposed to we know how Social Security works, man. And then what happens the next generation? Because we can replenish enough, so there's a kid going trickling down, and we all know how society works is by taxes and money being workers.
Well, I don't know, man, because the global population just hit 8 billion.
Yeah, that's a global. Are we talking about China? Are we talking about China or India, other places like that? They're doing good. They're still fucking. Like, I'm talking about America.
Are you sure
this
about
is the China? America.
Are you sure about China?
I think they're good, man. They got enough land there. They could keep fucking on and keep fucking.
I mean, no. America
birth rate says otherwise.
So
the America is.
Yeah, they're
America's
1.34.
But aren't they encouraged to at least have one child?
I mean, to this
point,
two. It's two.
Now it's two. The 2-child thing. I know.
The maximum is 2.
No, now it was always one child, and then maybe 5 years ago they said you can have 2 children, but before it was one.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's even a documentary about that. The one child something. I forgot what it's called. I think it's on Netflix or Hulu.
Well, I know in. It was either Iceland or Greenland or one of those areas that they're starting to subsidize people and give them money to create families and to have kids. Like they giving them vacations for 2 weeks to go and do what they got to do. And then when the baby comes, they're giving almost 2 years of free diapers and all this other different stuff to help promote that growth of a birth rate.
So my question to you, if prostitution is monetary gain for having sex, is that prostitution?
Well, the system been pimping us for so long, so
no, that's a fact. And no, but I was about to say, Americans are having sex. Niggas is fucking left and right. Let's not get that twisted for 1 second.
Are they fucking? Or are there specific men that are fucking everybody? We just mentioned that Nick Cannon's fucking everybody. So
but hear me out.
I think there's more about that. Better watch your ass. Nick Cannon might fuck you too. He might come behind you real quick.
No, he ain't come behind me. Fuck you talking about? Nah, nigga, I'm good. Nah. First of all, this is not jail. Fuck is you talking about, man? Heard Japan got a shortage. Damn.
Maybe not Nick Cannon for nothing, man.
Yeah.
No. Robert said, heard Japan got a shortage. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A shortage of people. So that's crazy.
And shit like that. Philippines.
Japan's been like that for ages. So they've been.
No, but it's trying to catch up with them. And if we don't stop, we don't watch out, we're gonna be right behind them.
Yeah.
We're talking about island
but what I'm trying to tell you is there's a lot of fucking going on in the United States. These motherfuckers are making songs about fucking all type of shit. But the thing is. And this goes to what the fuck I've been saying for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't want to have kids no more. There are a ton of women, especially women in the African American community, and this is gonna hurt. But I don't give a fuck because somebody got to say it. Okay, somebody, and you know what? It'll be me. There are a lot of black women out here that, you know what I'm saying? I love black women, you know what I'm saying? But they be cutting their ass, having attitudes, not playing their position, want to sit there and be bad bitches and boss bitches and all type of bitches with all this stupid shit, you know what I'm saying? And now their attitude is catching up to them because guess what? You got niggas like Passport Bros and cats who aren't Passport Bros. You know what I'm saying? They're either doing one of many things. They're either doing what Ad is doing and going MGTOW, or they are getting passports, going to other countries to find other mates, or they're just plain and simple not fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? And like, or they'll find a white girl or Asian girl or a Spanish girl to deal with. Here, you know what I'm saying?
And that's their prerogative. That's the thing. You see, here's the thing. Here's the thing about
trigger alert. Trigger alert.
Here's the thing about
trigger alert.
No.
Warning.
And I don't care if you get mad at me. Here's the problem with dudes like you. You always blame the woman. You don't want to.
Nobody's blaming the woman.
You know, yes, you did. What
I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying.
What was that entire argument for?
You know that? No. It wasn't an argument, Steph. It was not an argument. It was the truth. It is the truth.
That is not the truth.
All right, define it.
Your opinion. That's your opinion.
No, it's not my opinion. No, it's not my opinion. It's what's happening.
That's your opinion.
It's what it is.
Which is your opinion. That's what's happening in your mind.
All right.
Your opinion.
Okay.
Well, I disagree with lyrics. I agree to a certain degree. But the thing is,
you agree to a certain degree. I got you.
A certain degree, because there is a problem within the sexes. We're at war with each other, and that's the problem. Because we see each other the enemy.
I agree with that.
We both see each other the enemy, and when you can't, how are you gonna fix something if we're fighting a war? It's stupid, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
we need each other to procreate. And if you're attracted to a woman or you're attracted to a man, then you know there's very limited amount in this world of each other.
Have you heard that actually women can procreate by using the bone marrows within their bodies to create another woman?
Okay, so I guess we're all dead, man.
Yes.
All men run. We're gonna go to space. We're gonna end that spaceship, and we're just gonna get out of here. They don't need us anymore.
Here's the problem with that, though.
Huh?
Women can. Yeah, they can actually use there's a chromosome in their bone marrow that they can insert in the egg to create a baby. It only makes females. That's one issue. The other issue is the babies haven't lasted that long. They only lasted like a couple of weeks.
You know what? They
don't have a long lifespan.
You know what I heard? I heard that there's a white rock that was boiled from cocaine that street niggas sell on the block. I think they used to have 2 for $5 specials back in the 80s, but now I don't know how much it costs. I think it's called crack. And I think you can put it between 2 slices of bread and some mustard and make a sandwich out of it. I don't know.
My question is this:
Shut up.
Do all those children have souls? That's my question.
Are you going to ask the same question for test tube babies?
Yeah, but the difference, they don't have souls. So I know that. Anyway.
You going to say this about gingers too? Gingers don't have souls?
If the shoe fits.
I love, by the way, everyone, I love gingers. I absolutely love gingers.
It's a joke, man. It's all a joke. I'm pretty sure they have a soul. If you're living thing, you have a soul. Even plants.
Spoiler alert.
Robin said Sherry was going to get some Namor though. Like you talk about Black Panther? These characters from?
Can you blame her? A good-looking brown brother like that? I mean, muscles.
He was a smooth talker too. I haven't
seen the movie yet.
You know the actor that played Namor is Mexican, right?
No, really?
Yeah,
I thought he was Atlantean.
Stop.
No. All jokes aside, that's what I heard. I heard he's a Black Mexican dude. You know what I'm saying? Like
He's
that's what I
indigenous.
heard.
He's more indigenous, but I don't. He's more
my
indigenous.
fault.
But
my fault.
it fits the narrative of the movie. If you would go to see it, if you wouldn't be
People,
such a hater.
I heard.
No, I'm a hater. I'm a hater.
You know what I heard? Speaking of racism,
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
There was a Mexican news show that basically said they were upset that they chose the actor to play Namor because they feel disrespectful to white Mexicans.
I heard that too. And you know what? I got something to say. I got something to say directly to them. Nobody give a fuck. He played Namor. Get mad. Guess what? He played Namor. Get mad. Fuck out of here.
Did it for La Raza.
Okay, these are one or two people. They either didn't see the movie, or two didn't pay attention to the narrative of the movie.
I haven't seen it, but I'm sure they don't care.
The narrative of the movie, you would understand why he's an indigenous Mexican.
No.
I mean, real life, yes.
You need to be fair skinned. You need to be fair skinned, Steph. What are you talking about?
Oh my god!
You have to have all fair skin. All actors, all movies should be played by fair skinned people. That's it. They need representation, Steph. They don't have representation.
Okay, first of all, they're beginning to turn into the black people that complain about all sorts of colorism. It's just like in the Heights, they were complaining that there weren't enough dark-skinned Latinos in there. Then now we're saying, oh, that with too many fair-skinned or dark-skinned, Latinos in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. It's like, it's stupid. Stop.
You know what? Let's
stop.
Let's shut down all that shit. Yo, guys, shout out to all the Afro Latinos and Latinas. You know what I'm saying? I want to say from the bottom of my heart, man, your life is just as important as any white skin or so-called fair skin Latino, Latina, and all that shit too. Y'all are very important, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Y'all black too. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
What were we talking about?
I was just talking about fair-skinned Latinos.
Listen,
President's company accepted.
I'm not Latino.
No, I'm being dead. I'm being dead serious.
I know you're being.
I'm being real dead serious. Like, shout out to all the Afro Latinos, Afro Latinas. If y'all want to come on this show, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're definitely gonna have an episode for you on season 4. Because I want to talk, I really do want to talk to certain Afro Latinos or Latinas, and I want to pick their brain and see how they were treated in their home country, and the experiences they have with lighter skin Latinos or Latinas, and what really goes on within their space. You know what I'm saying? I really do want to focus on having an episode of that because, like I said, I didn't really this year, today years old is when I found out that there were black Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Like I never knew. You know what I'm saying? And
wherever slavery went with this, Europeans went with their slaves, they left black people.
No, I'm not. I mean, I get that part. But I just never knew. I never really met a black Mexican before. None of that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They also did, to your credit, I'm saying.
What, Steph?
They also did. They also stopped, in terms of representation to come out. A lot of people didn't know because they don't represent them well. And you know what I mean? Just like they do to the indigenous people, they treat them like shit. They treat them like 4th, 5th class citizens in their own country. And these are people who are generationally Mexican, but because of one drop rule bullshit, that's it. They're no longer Mexican. What's going on, Steph?
2 words.
2 words.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Lupita Nyong'o is born from African parents, born in Mexico.
No,
yes, Steph. No,
she's half African. I mean, half Mexican.
No, she's not. Her parents are both African. And she was born in Mexico. She's born in terms of culturally, she is Mexican. In terms of lineage, no, she's African.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up again
because for sure she is.
I was told she half Mexican. So
yeah, you know what, Steph want to be right about some shit because the way her lips was going,
I wouldn't say it otherwise.
You was really trying.
I just have to say this though, Lupita Nyong'o, she speaks some sexy Spanish. That's all I gotta say. I've heard her speak like I'm in love.
Like she can get it. I ain't gonna hold you. She can't get it. Like.
Stacey Dash, you said?
Yes, she is. Yes.
Oh yeah, you wait. Stacey Dash is half Mexican. Like, yeah, she is.
Stacey Dash is half alien. So you're saying.
Yeah.
Clueless.
Right.
Yo.
Yeah.
Bomba Clyde.
She's the original person that was like, what's that movie? Body Snatchers. Like you say Kanye's a body snatch. That woman was the original one. And you know what's crazy? The connection. She was in his music video. It started then. She snatched him then in the music video. That's what happened.
All right, Mr. Spook said by the door, talking about these conspiracy theories and stuff.
I'm telling you, man. It started back then, and it's slowly infiltrating our nation. There are lizard people, there are pod people. They're all here, man. They're living among us. I'm telling you, you heard it here first.
Wow!
Y'all, if you haven't seen that Alex Jones interview,
the lizard people one. Oh, you're talking about Kanye thing.
Kanye.
Ooh,
I don't think I want to, man. Because if Alex Jones sounds more sane than Kanye West, that's gonna break my heart.
Alex Jones was surprised. He was like, "What the?"
Kanye, calm down. Calm down, Kanye. Calm down.
Alex Jones was speechless. The dude was speechless. If you can make someone as racist as that dude is speechless, like he was like, he's doing the work for me. Like I don't have to say anything. He's let me just sit back and let him do his thing. Like that's the look he had on his face. Like,
what happened is that Kanye West took his job because he's supposed to be the crazy one. And Kanye, go Kanye, you take it. What am I supposed to do now? I gotta play. You know what I mean? He's just like, I guess I gotta act.
It's the balance.
Same.
It was nauseating.
Yeah, they're balancing, man.
It is nauseating. And usually, like I look at Kanye, I look at Ye's interviews and they're at best like they're compelling. Like you listen to his stuff and it's like, oh, okay. I see where you're going. Then there, other parts where it's like, nah, I'm not rocking with
I think it was a progression. I think it was a progression.
Was a choice, Steph. Okay.
I think it was progression because he always was able to come back and something he said and correct, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it gets to a point he can't correct what he's saying anymore. It's just you can have to take it literally.
He took autocorrect off of his programming.
Yes, yes, he did. He unchecked the box. Yeah. He unchecked that box, and he's just letting it fly.
I think Kanye is sitting on his phone. He's letting his verbal comment come out.
Let's get off that crazy nutcase ass nigga, man. I'm tired of talking about Kanye, man. I'm tired of talking about Kanye punk ass, man. Like, shout out to Kanye West, whatever. Your punk ass. I'm tired of talking about you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Kanye.
They hope you well.
Get well. Yeah. Get well.
I listen, Kanye, man. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say about this nigga, man. Like he just
back to the real threat. Then what's your real threat?
What if Kanye West started talking shit about us? What would you do, Lyrics?
I invite him on. I invite him on the show. I would invite him on the show. Yo, do that shit to our face.
Right. You ain't got the answers, Lyrics.
That'd be the quickest fucking show ever. What? Bing! Oh shit! I'm sorry, Kanye. Ain't my fault. Chair hit your head, bitch ass nigga. Fuck out of it. Like, nah, son. I'm not a like, yo. Let's talk about something else, man. Cause Kanye, everybody and their grandmother talk about Kanye. Be like, it's a point where I'm kind of getting sick and tired of hearing it, man. Like, well, I'm just being honest.
Corporation.
I think that's what he wants. He wants basically
Balenciaga.
As crazy as
let's talk about them niggas.
What happened with Balenciaga now? Go ahead.
Fucking Balenciaga.
Whoever thought that Balenciaga and
the child thing, yeah, that's
Balenciaga
would have a correlation.
Then there's also is it Wayfair? Wayfair is the same way too. You guys literally check out Wayfair. There was weirdly priced furniture for
that was a conspiracy theory. I know what you're talking about. That was a conspiracy theory. They were talking about that. They're named after children or something like that. Okay, 3%.
On the website and I saw that for sure though. So they just playing.
What's going on here, man? I heard the conspiracy theory.
Oh man,
are we serious right now? I don't know if we're serious right now.
No, guys, let's talk about. No. Not even Balenciaga. Let's talk about something that we've talked about before. I would like to touch on this again. Do you think that guns like well, yeah, guns overall. Do you think that's also a threat to this country? Do you think that that could be some of a big threat? Because you got these rapper niggas, you got rapper niggas getting killed and shit left and right. You know what I'm saying? They rapping that life, but they not really about it. They end up getting their head popped off trying to rap about some shit they ain't down for, or they end up they wear their jewelry to the wrong hood and end up getting stuck, and they try to play hero and get they shit knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's not the guns,
Like,
picking up, growing legs and shooting these people. It's
Exactly.
the people. It's
It's
the
the people
people.
no, it's
behind
the
it.
people using it, of course. But I'm saying, do you think guns nowadays is a threat? It is also part of a threat to this country.
No,
I think people
I
are the
think
threat.
mental health. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
people
people
are
in
the threat.
there in the state of their mental health are the
Yeah.
But the
So
thing
all
is,
the
we
school
do need,
shootings and stuff, and those
we
people in
do need,
particular, it's
yeah,
just a mix of I would say all
access,
of the isms. And that, yes, having that access, but we not
access to
having.
guns is the problem. Access
Yeah,
to certain guns.
yeah,
yeah.
Big problem. People who have mental issues are able to access guns and then do their whatever they're gonna do. And you're wondering, yeah, why is this happening? You are letting them buy these guns. I know, and let's be real. Some of them we don't know about because there's some people, they weren't documented. They weren't, didn't seek mental health, and
yeah.
then that's not documented. And these people wild out and do what they're gonna do. And there was no, but the people around them, someone might have known. But those
Right.
are different cases. But cases where they went to the hospital and they were seeking mental health or there was something going on there, and they're still allowed to access these guns. You know what I mean? Like that was somebody fucked up there.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta remember in some states. I noticed, being in Georgia for a while, like some states, you don't even need a fucking gun permit or license or whatever to get a gun. The only thing you have to do is to be a resident of that state for like 2+ years. You know what I'm saying? And have some type of ID and proof of residency, and you get a pistol right then and there. You know what I'm saying? They used to sell guns at the pawn shop down there in Georgia,
Yeah.
and
Down
I like
south.
I said, I remember going there back in 1997, I think it was. Yeah, it
Mm.
was like 97, 96, 97. When I was down there, and I remember going to a pawn shop that my sister used to live by. It was like maybe 3, 4 blocks from where she lived or whatever at the time. And I remember asking the owner of the pawn shop, who happened to have a pistol on his side right there in his holster, and like I was asking him, I was like, "Yo, that's a nice revolver right there." You know what I'm saying? Because I can't lie to you guys. I like guns. I do. You know what I'm saying? I
So
like guns.
97. You were 15 years old, 16 years old. What were you?
No, I was like 16, 17 and shit. But like I was saying like I like guns. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at the guns and I was just like I'm just fascinated by revolvers. You know what I'm saying? Guns, we said my time in Fort Hood was a huge what the fuck. Yeah, that damn.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Nah,
Being back home in this home. Well, let's say being so close to Virginia and being at work, and my coworkers are always talking about different guns and gun types, and I could load it up with this, and I get these bullets, and I want to purchase. It's to me, it's like it's night and day because you don't hear about that in New York. Like when I'm working in New York, there's no talk about guns. And I mean, you might say, "Oh, I'm going to go out, to a paintball, facility or something, or I'm going to go to the gun range like once in a while." But
Yeah.
in Virginia, we're talking about Virginia's like, well, I call it a purple state.
Well, you got to
There are
remember
there are a lot of Republicans. Their
By the way,
governor right
DC
now is currently is
DC's
Republican.
in the plans of like giving like free bus rides to people now. They're gonna make buses free next year, Steph. So take advantage.
Yeah, I saw that.
They were
No,
talking about
but
something in New York, but I'm not sure if that's gonna go down.
There's
Like
always a
deficit.
trade-off, though.
Yeah, and there's always
No,
some
you're
kind of
right.
caveat. I can't remember what the caveat is. I had to read up more on it, but I did hear about that. But yeah,
But what I'm saying is not like I like guns for to shoot at the gun range or some shit like that. Like not to really shoot at people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not my thing. I don't want nobody to get it twisted. You know what I mean? I feel a gun is supposed to be used for protection purposes to defend your home. When somebody try to bring static to your crib and you can't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about in the face of immediate danger. You know what I'm saying? Because you can call 911 all you want. After you pick up the phone, your brains might be on the floor. And then the cops are scraping your body off. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth of the matter.
The problem with that, and this is the thing, I have issues with guns. Like, especially, the problem is that a gun is a big responsibility, and I feel a lot of people who have guns don't take the responsibility to heart. Because especially you have kids, you have to basically store it a certain way, and even then they can get access to it, because you know how kids are, man. Kids watch what you do. They see where you put things, and they want to look at the gun, because the gun is something that they can touch, right? Kids want things that they're not supposed to do. They're not supposed to touch the gun. They're not supposed to access the gun.
Well, no, that's why you're supposed to get a lock. You're supposed to get a lock and key. The kid can't get the key unless he get it to you. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know when you're not sleeping, that kid don't access that key. There's always a way. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I have an issue with guns. I don't want. We hear these stories about kids shooting themselves in the face, or shooting somebody else.
Yeah, because but it's just, it goes back to what you just said. They don't know how to properly store it. There's a proper way of how to store it without your kid knowing. But I'd rather have one in the home to defend my kids. You know what I'm saying? In the face of immediate danger.
I'm just saying it's a big responsibility. I don't feel enough people take that responsibility to heart. Like I said before.
No, and I agree with you.
There's a lot of responsibility.
I mean, look what happened.
It's a whole responsibility, yes.
Look what happened recently with this 10-year-old killing his mom. And now
was it on purpose? Was it on purpose or by mistake?
Wait, no. Let me know the story, because I didn't.
This kid had a mental issue.
Wait,
sure.
What happened? Like, what was it in Maryland or New York? What happened?
No, this was in, I believe it was, I want to say it was Texas or something. But yeah,
I gotta look that story up.
This kid killed his mom because his mom would not buy him an Oculus VR system off of Amazon. She said no. And this kid, let me tell you, this kid was calculating too. And they charged him as an adult. This kid was. He
ain't no mental issues. If you're calculating, you knew exactly what the fuck you were doing.
He still has mental issues. That no 10-year-old should be thinking like that. Oh, I'm gonna pretend I'm playing with this gun and fondling with it, and then I'm gonna pretend like I accidentally killed my mom. I didn't mean to do it. This dude had no.
Then that means it was calculated.
No, but
he was calculated.
Again, he was 10 years old. No 10-year-old.
It doesn't matter if he
would be calculating and still have. Psychopaths are calculating, but they have there's a mental issue with that, right?
That's what I'm saying. He's a psychopath. This dude has some kind of psychopathy.
Psychological,
he's either a sociopath or he's a narcissist. He's probably a sociopath, because sociopaths are usually the ones that are more prone to killing or committing any kind of serious infliction on people. But yeah, they charged him as an adult. The family. At first he was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to kill my mom. It was an accident." But then he spoke to some of his other relatives, and he basically said, "Yeah, he was like." Initially, he was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to kill her," and then in the next breath, he's like, "Oh, did my package from Amazon come in yet?" Because he used He used the card the next day after she killed her to buy the Oculus VR system.
So wait a minute, the body was in the house the whole time? The body was in the house the whole time?
No, they had picked up the body, but he wasn't charged at the time. He was still.
But they knew that he did it. He was not denying that he killed his mother.
Well, the relatives went to the police later and said, no, he did it. He meant to do it. This was premeditated. You know what? I'm gonna be real honest with you here and real cold-hearted. I don't mean to be cold-hearted, but this and I don't mean to really turn the tables on things, but if you're, I don't give a fuck if you are psychologically fucked up to the fifth power. I don't care. You had the mental capacity. That means you knew exactly what you were doing when you picked that gun up and took your mother's life. Not a nigga in the street. Your mother, the person that pushed you out, the person that supposed to love you, care for you, and look after you. There's no fucking excuse. None. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna say this in front of everybody. You supposed to be laying 6 feet with your moms. Fuck the jail cell shit. That right there should be an automatic death sentence. Because like you kill your mom, your pop, like yo, these are the people that look for you, care for you, love. Like your parents are supposed to be the only people that love you when the rest of the world attempts to shit on you. Can we all at least agree on that much?
Well, we can agree that that's what parents are supposed to do.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what they're supposed. They're supposed to love you unconditionally. You learn unconditional love from your mother and father. If not anybody else, your mother and father. So for you to sit there, pick up a pistol and blow your mom brains out because she didn't give you no fucking video game system, that shit make me mad, yo.
I will say this again.
Like fuck out of here, son. Like
again,
yo,
the kid is only 10 years old. His brain isn't.
I don't give a fuck if he's 10 years old.
Okay, I get where you stand.
I don't give a fuck.
The kid is not fully developed. That dude needs serious psychological help.
All right, Steph.
He needs to be 6 feet in the ground. I said it. That's how I feel about it. Because if you got the balls and the know-how to take your mother off this earth, you should not be living. Period.
What about
I seen a video.
15-year-old Steph?
I seen a motherfucking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man. Sorry, Ad. My fault. Go ahead.
Yeah. What about 14 and 15-year-olds?
Nah,
would that still apply?
I would say probably a bit more.
Okay, because the reason why I'm saying that is because more recently there was 14s in South Carolina that ended up killing a 38-year-old their dad over discipline of him telling them to put their laptops up because they was doing something inappropriate that they should have been doing on their laptops, and he took them away, and they all planned out and basically had him killed execution style.
Yeah. Nah, that's
they need to go too. Fuck it.
That's a different situation. Like
they need to go too.
Once you're a teenager, you have a little more cognition. Like your brain functions much better. It's more fully developed.
I disagree with Steph. I disagree with Steph.
No, well, I want to say that they still need psychological help.
No. When you kill your parent, you're past psychological evaluation.
Let me ask you.
You gotta get taken the fuck out. Plain and simple.
Let me ask a quick question.
I'm sorry. That's how I feel, man.
Would you allow an 18-year-old to do something that would drastically change their life? Do you agree with me that I don't want to go into details because then I just don't. Okay. Let's say
because that question's a little that's a little broad.
Okay, I'm gonna try to be more specific. Would you be okay with an 18-year-old? No, I can't say what I want to say it, but it's not gonna come out. This is my opinion. My opinion is there's a certain age, as long as the mind is still developing and Nate's still mind of their cognitive skills and they make decisions are still developed. You don't get start to be able to like make those decisions to maybe after 21. The question is even 21-year-olds are not fully developed their minds and their decision making skill is shit. You know what I mean? We've seen the decisions of many tattoos and piercings they can't take back have been made. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine if they were, you know what I mean? So like think about like in things that actually matter to them.
All right.
Will affect their lives going on to the future. But I do. We have when it comes down to psychopathy, that's a complete different story. We're talking about 10-year-olds who basically we talking about a 10-year-old who kills mother. That's a child who's fucked up.
Yes, we don't know that kid's pathology, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that.
When his early stages of life were like.
The gun functions also a culture that most states are haunting. Yeah, that's true. We live in a culture. You know, honestly, we are weird in cities because we don't see like maybe you see more in California and stuff, say Maryland, near Virginia, but in New York we don't see like the culture. We have a completely different culture than the rest of the country. Think about it. Most of the country is car culture. We talk about guns, like heavily into guns for like hunting or whatever purpose they have. We in New York are completely different. We have, you know what I mean? We live in a metropolitan where there are people who do drive, but the car culture isn't as heavy, right? We don't go in the middle of nowhere to fucking drink. Like you know what I mean? Like like in a field. We don't have that ability, like in most places in New York. There are a lot of things that culturally that we didn't grow up with. And that goes in with the guns. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I knew somebody was gonna bring it up. I was waiting for it.
Shinobi. You know what? If this was a few years ago, I would say that's full of shit. But I do have to agree with it now. I agree with it now because the way how these kids are now with the video games and shit. Like back in the day, I'm going back in the day here. Back in the day, there was just as much video game violence as shit's possible, but you ain't see niggas in the street in real life talking about get over here or try to get a machete, or try to cut somebody else, try to play Mortal Kombat in the middle of the street, or like you see niggas with guns talking about Call of Duty warfare.
Yeah, there was.
Columbine dudes train on video games.
No, but I'm saying is they weren't trying to emulate these video games. Not back then.
Columbine.
Yes,
Columbine.
Where?
Man, in New York, there was when I was living in New York in the early 2000s.
Oh, Columbine was some different shit.
Yo,
like
but when I was living in New York in the early 2000s, you know how many kids were killed by katanas? By katanas.
3 San Andreas.
People were getting chopped in half by katanas.
And samurai swords.
From the pawn
well, first of all, you lived where the West Indians was at. West Indians stay using katanas.
No, I'm talking about Queens.
and knives and shit.
What kind of West Indian use a katana?
I'm talking about Harlem.
No, they use machetes. Really, my fault.
No, I'm talking about Long Island, all over New York. It wasn't where
but they weren't. It wasn't like they was jumping out of motherfucking rooftops or motherfucking trees and shit talking about round one fight. You know what I'm saying?
I thought they were saying Turtle Power.
Or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or Ninja Turtles, some shit like that. Like, what I'm trying to say is, back in our times, even in the early 2000s, there were more, especially in New York, niggas knew the difference between violence in video games and violence in real life. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're looking at the world with rose-colored glasses. I think you're looking back and thinking nostalgic on it. I think so because we're the same age.
Where I was living in Brooklyn, in the section of Brooklyn I was living in, and in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. At least not where I was at. Niggas was shooting and shit like that or whatever, but it wasn't like niggas was playing Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto, and then just say, "Hey, let's go kill a bunch of niggas for no reason." You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you in terms of the gun culture wasn't as strong because they didn't have access to guns, wasn't barely available. In different parts of the country, there are probably more of those things happening. But listen, this is my point. And I used to argue against it. I used to argue that video game people know the difference. There are a lot of people that don't know the difference, or they see it as a training system where they learn how to basically it's hand-eye coordination, right? Mm-hmm. You basically don't. The military, they train on simulators to how to shoot and shit and fly planes. It's a real world, almost real world experience. Essentially, they can transfer over in the real world. So I'm saying is, good video games to certain children are a problem. Go ahead. You was trying to say something.
But no, so mostly I was going to say to that is because a part of, I'll say the mental faculties of our age now, for me, has really drastically changed because of this, the mental health awareness aspect of stuff too. So not being able to have clear discernment on this stuff for me has seen this drive and change and stuff because not only of not our attention span, but also how much information and how many things are brought at us to a point where there's a lot of anxiety caused. There's a lot of more mental health and like stress related issues that are prevalent now that will have a negative impact on how you address and see things. So people talk about common sense and how nowadays we're talking about really is common sense even really common anymore to extent that, yes, I agree with you, Eric, to that point. And I think another part of it too is that, again, back at home, I know notes say it a lot too. Is but going back to parenting, there's not a lot of those steps and things that are put into place to be able to not only justify but explain not only what happens in video games, but in real life how things are supposed to go. We're not doing a lot of explaining. We're just letting things just fly and pass by.
Mhm.
And you know what? And I'm gonna be honest with you too. Like I think what's a real threat here is also with the real threat to this country.
What is?
Because
I don't think kids
Robert
watch Tom
said,
and Jerry anymore.
I will say
well, no,
this,
no,
Eric.
no.
I
I
was
got the
completely
message. I
surprised
got
at
the
some of the stuff
message
kids
behind what he
watch
said.
nowadays. They go back and watch a lot of the older cartoons. And
You watch
then
Ren and
there's been
Stimpy?
I'm so surprised. And then now it's this brand of backpacks. They're called spray background or spray ground, and they have all these other retro like 90s and like older TV shows. And then I'll tell the kids, I'm like, what you know about that TV show? It's like some of them be like, oh no, it just looks nice, and then others are like, yeah, I like to watch this in my spare time. I'm like, you're watching really older cartoons? Like what? But yeah.
Well, this is the thing. I was also about to say what I feel is also a major threat to this country as far as the kids are concerned is the negative influences that the kids are under. Now I know I call myself the negative influence and all that, whatever, whoop, but I do it for a different reason than what's going on right now. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
RJC. Yes.
RJC said the threat technology presents is it's hijacking perception of reality. You're
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
You're
Agreed.
100% right on that. Which
Agreed.
is kind of the influence on these kids. Like, but then you also got like the kids like, all right, back in the day, we all grew up in the hood on some hood, right? Back in the day, you had drug dealers, right? Or you had street niggas. They see you have potential as a kid, but every kid want to be down. Let's be realistic. We
Mhm.
all some of us, some of us wanted to be down. You know what I'm saying? We see these niggas as the cool crowd. They got all the chicks, they got the money, whatever whoop de whoop. But then, you ain't about that. They know you're not about that. Like back in the day, they used to turn your ass around and be like, yo, this ain't for you, man. Yo, go home. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, yo,
Mhm.
where your mama at? Where your daddy at? You know what I'm saying? Or in most cases, where your mama at? Yo, don't make me have to call your moms, man. Like, yo, this ain't for you. Now, that ain't like that no more. You see a kid with potential, and but he's in the wrong area, and you know what I'm saying, he want to get down with the shit. They're like, yeah, come on, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this shit cool. No, it's not like that, son. Like, yo, the influences that's out here in the street today, you know what I'm saying? It's not like how it was back in the day. We don't got nobody. There's nobody looking out. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, the parenting's all fucked up nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's
you know
our
what I'm saying?
generation. That's our
Like,
generation.
Yeah.
yeah, we do. You right.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
put it on us. Got to put it
Yeah.
on us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, there are people in our generation that are trying to make some type of change, and those who are trying to make the change, it's an everyday constant struggle with what's going on today. And guess
Yes.
what? The negative influences of today is winning by a large fucking margin. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Even though those people that are trying to make a positive change, you know what I'm saying, either it's through their music, through community work. Um, I just found a guy on TikTok. He goes, he just got out of jail in California, whatever. But then he's turned his life around by, you know what I'm saying, like disciplining the kids or whatever have you. I followed him. I forgot his name,
Okay. Is
but
he the dude
you
that
you
be
know what I'm
going
talking
to?
about.
He's the
You
dude
know
that
what I'm
be
talking
going
about.
to like single
People's
moms in their
houses,
houses and stuff, and like
and they be
having and
disciplining
speaking
their
with the
children.
kids. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I heard about
Yeah,
him.
I think
Yeah.
he's called the something doctor or something like that. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
I want to get him on the show one day. I would love to get him on the show, pick his brain, and talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, as
Mm-hmm.
soon as I get his name, man, like, forgive me for not knowing his name right
Yeah.
now, but you know, like cats like him. He goes all around the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Going to single mother households or whatever, helping those women discipline their kids for like, I mean, in like his rating, I think it was like 90 something percent of the kids he's seen, the shit work. You know what I'm saying? It actually does work. But the thing
Mhm.
is, with that, it takes a community. It does take a village. And
Mm-hmm.
everywhere you go, it's all about It's all about like, and they try to blame rap for this shit. You know what I'm saying? They try to blame hip hop for this, but it's not just hip hop culture. It's what's being pumped into their heads. It's the media. It's it's the propaganda that's out there that's getting pumped into these kids' heads that it's cool to sell dope. It's cute. It's cool to use dope. You know what I'm saying? Or should I say use drugs? It's cool to, get a gun and kill somebody and all that shit. For no apparent reason. You know what I'm saying? Like do all this stupid shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yo, like I said, even back in the day with cats rhyming about guns and shit, it wasn't that they was rhyming about guns. They was rhyming about the street life. Yeah, there's motherfuckers that was selling drugs and all that other shit, but they was selling drugs for a reason. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, they told you not to be like them. You know what I'm saying? They sold drugs because they had to survive. They sold drugs for survival purposes. Now y'all talk about selling drugs to be cool or using drugs to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Drug users are the cool thing now. You know what I'm saying? Like, or selling drugs for for more so financial gain. You know what I'm saying? Just to buy shit that you can't take with you to the grave. You know what I'm saying? Like all this superficial bullshit that y'all believe in. You know what I'm saying? Not y'all, per se, but like the people out there. You know what I'm saying? That they believe in. Like, you know what I'm saying? The younger generation. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And then you got these little chicks out here, these little women that now, and that's also another problem. Like they're so superficial. It's like, a nigga, they won't even accept a man making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. It got to be six figures or better. Got to be a rich dude. Got to be in the top 1%. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's all of them. Maybe it's the one you see.
Well, no, it's some of the most.
The ones you see in
some of the most.
It's the ones you see on social media. Those are
no, but then it's pouring over to the younger to these chicks now.
Steph. It's the rhetoric, Steph. And I don't, like I said, I don't always use anecdotal, but some of the stuff lyrics is saying, like me working at the schools as a counselor, I get to honestly listen and observe and pick apart the minds of the I'm working with middle school. So we got kids who are transitioning from that 10, 11, 12, 13. And just hearing how they talk about relationships nowadays, as well as how they see their outlook of life and things, a lot of them don't know what they want to do at all or where they want to go. So at least during that age, you would have some type of inkling of what you want to do. Right. But right now, there's a lot of concern on, and they use toxic relationships and liking toxic relationships and being in it. It's a bit concerning, but it just points back to not only what they keep seeing on social media, but at the same time, what's going on at the homes.
Right.
So I'm not saying, oh yeah, and I mean like, this is my wish is that it's just that extreme, point where it's not the majority, but it's starting to seem like it's spilling over as those percentages, switch. But I'm right now, like I would rather it be a lower percentage than what it's seeming to be.
So I see what you're saying, Ad, but it's definitely what it is. We all we know is the influence of young people are influenced by what's in the media, what's in the forefront, right?
Yeah.
So they go out and because they don't truly understand, like especially young, they don't understand truly what's going on. They see a lifestyle, a lure to a lifestyle, especially with a way of behavior that they truly probably wouldn't even want to behave in that way if they weren't presented that, right? That happens a lot to young children, and they grab onto this and it becomes part of their identity, but necessarily who they are. Some of them grow out of it, and some of them continue moving in that direction because probably to their upbringing or whatever have you influence that way to them to continue that way. And that's the big problem, right? We keep talking when it comes down to parenting. It comes out, is their parent in their life? Is that parent a good parent? Is it a stable parent in their life? And a lot of times what happens is that they're not. Or they're not paying attention to they're not giving their kids the love they need, right? Because we talked about last week about the 5 love languages and how we relationship, but we don't understand that we kind of talk about this, but children, they need to start from understand. Someone needs to stand from the beginning when they're young, what their love languages are. So in order to make them grow into a good human being. And
Yeah.
a lot of these kids fall to the wayside because a lot of them potentially have the potential to be great people. And
Mr. RJC said, Mr. RJC, sorry, Ad, I'll let you just give me a second here. Mr. RJC 78 has a very great point here. He said, you just said it, disciplining single mother household. Male doesn't exist anymore as the disciplinary figure. Back in the day, back in the dad. I think he said he meant to say back in the day, my dad would just look. I knew what was up. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like that's another thing. Like, I blame the government for this, the discipline part. You can't properly discipline because of one video that was on Facebook of a man boxing his son because the son remember that back in the day?
Yeah.
That was the first publicized video that went viral and got that man thrown in jail because he found out his son was in school cutting up. So damn that, he thought he was too big for the belt. So he got some boxing gloves, told his son to put on the boxing gloves. He put on some boxing gloves. And, saying they was scrapping, they was boxing, and he kicked his kid's ass. He beat his kid's ass, man. He boxed him, told him to after he whooped his ass, he told him to take the boxing gloves off and do the dishes. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you something. Sometimes you may think disciplining your child, a beating or whatever have you, or we call it an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? You think that might be abuse, but that was a form of discipline to keep your kids in line. Now, there's a difference between that and abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just say, within the minority household, you know what I'm saying? We didn't look at it as abuse. We looked at it as a necessary disciplinative action. What's going on, Eric?
No, I ain't saying
disciplinary action. Oh, no, I thought you wanted to say something, Eric.
No, I'm just waiting.
No, because you had your hands up.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, no hands
I just
up.
drank my bottle of water.
All right. And that's my fault.
Boy, seeing things is making you go back to when you saw your parents put their hands up, huh? Or what? What's up?
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to trigger you.
Yeah.
Now, funny. What I'm saying is, nowadays, if you even look like you about to raise your hand at a kid, the cops are on their way to take your ass to jail. I mean, one time, I never say anything to my father about BCW or ACS or whatever, but I remember one time he said, yo, and he got mad at me. He's talking about how he was gonna beat my ass or whatever because of something. I forgot. But he was like, you call BCW, I'll beat your ass before they get there. I'll beat your ass when they get there. When they take you away, I'll beat your ass on the way out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know I ain't the only one that got that saying. You know what I'm saying? A couple of my other friends or whatever would get that. But like, listen, the cats, I know they got their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? They got disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Most of them, they turn out to be great people, great functioning members of society.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm dead serious.
No,
it's called chancleta.
Yeah. Yep.
RJC said, my mom used the boomerang slipper to discipline our ass. Yep. Mr. RJC 78, he know what's up. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, in the hood, we know what was going on with this. Like, now, these fucking kids are so disrespectful. Come out the mouth, do whatever they want to do. Smell how they smell. Like, nobody washed their ass in like days and shit.
Here we go.
Like, yeah. And we are doing a wash your ass part 4. So I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Wash your ass for Zoomers.
You know what I'm noticing right now?
What?
I'm noticing that the season finale is starting to be more of like a wrap up of what we did the whole season, because we've been just going back on all the different topics that we've been talking about and just kind of running through, because they, in all some way, shape, or form, they are connected to the multiple threats that are here. But that's what I'm noticing. 360
degrees, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, man? Like, it's all 360, man. Like, for real. But like, is it like I said, man? It's just like, there has to be, because like this generation now, if they live to see our age, if they live to see 40, 50, they're gonna go through the shit that we have to go through seeing them going through. You know what I'm saying? And they may be just as worse off than what we are with them now, if they live to see that age. You know what I'm saying? If they live to see it, and that's a big if.
I think you're aging Ad. I think Ad is probably the youngest of all of us.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm gonna be joining.
My fault, Ed.
I'm gonna be joining the 30s club next year. So yeah.
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we passed that. We've been there.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
been
I'm
there.
learning from y'all. Why y'all think sometimes I'm just silent? I'm just listening. I'm learning.
Yeah, man.
I'm playing, man. Now you are wise beyond your years, man. So
okay.
I will say it's because of the people in, like, having that community raised me up as a child. Like, I still got into dumb things as a kid, but it's just I really had my head on my shoulders because of the people I had around me. And I always would have my mom, my grandmother, anybody around me always reminding me to be like, you are the company that you keep. This and like they'll tell me so many times that it got ingrained into my head. So then I already knew, like, I don't like really drama, so I stay away from drama. And then the people around me is gonna be a reflection of who I am. So I need to make sure that I'm picking quality and having that discernment. So shouts out to my family and everybody.
I just want to say real quick before we go to final thoughts, what you just said right there, Ed. I'm just starting to learn that at age 42. Once again, I don't give a fuck if people know my age. I'm just starting to learn that. Like what you said, like the people around you are a reflection of who you are, because like the cats that I be around with in the hood or whatever, no diss to them, man. I love my hood niggas, man. I love my street niggas. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you have to know who to be around and who to distance yourself from. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really like I've known it because it's been told to me in different ways or whatever, but I'm really starting to see it now. Yeah. It's like, like hanging around y'all. I already know about musicians, people that do like actual art, filmmakers, like sound people, whatever, people part of the entertainment industry. They are a reflection of myself or whatever. Like, Mr. M too. You know what I'm saying? Like all that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just starting to learn that shit. And you know what I mean? Like, thank y'all for teaching me things throughout this whole season 3. You know what I'm saying? It's been a real wild ride. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? And let's keep this going. Season 4, man. Hashtag Chop Cheese City be coming soon. RJC said a lot of these kids don't know struggle, hardship, and repercussions of their irresponsible actions. Thank you. They don't. But guess what? Eventually, one way or the other, they will. You know what I'm saying? If it's not by the hands of their parents, it's by hands of somebody in the street that they ain't gonna tolerate that shit. I guarantee you that. And it's gonna be somebody maybe my age or a little older, a little younger. That's not like, because not all old people are not gonna fight back. There will be somebody that will go quickly upside your motherfucking head and double dare you to try him.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, some of these little niggas know who and who not to mess with.
Yeah.
They're not all stupid. You know what I'm saying? They know, man, you know what? Nah, not him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not, you know what I'm saying? But like, right now we need to go to final thoughts, man. So, we're gonna start with Eric. Eric, your final thoughts about the whole situation, man, about who's a threat, who you thought was a threat to this country and all that. Go ahead.
So my what I learned from this conversation, the threats everywhere.
Yeah.
Basically it. Threats are everywhere. Be paranoid.
Nah, I don't think we're gonna go through all that.
I'm just joking, but but you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shit. We have a lot of problems in our country. That's what basically sums up. We have a lot of problems, and people who were supposed to be fixing it ain't fixing it.
Yeah.
That's my final thoughts.
Yep.
Steph, final thoughts?
I mean, I'm sticking to what I said in the beginning. To me, I see the correlation. I see the common denominator. I still say it's white supremacy. Not that I dislike white people. Don't take that as a diss to white people, because I don't hate white people. However, the structure of white supremacy and the havoc that it has created over generations, centuries,
Yeah.
thousands of years is is it's just it's done irreparable damage, and it trickles down to every minute facet of our lives, and even with us as African Americans, like we're very, I said it last week, we're a very young, you know, group of people. I don't want to say race, but we're a very young group of people. We're still trying to find our way. Well, white supremacy again reared its ugly head, since the very beginning, and we're struggling to find our place, our purpose, our identity. Um, but I mean, as a country, like I said, recently, you had this doofus, this orange faced doofus, talking about abolishing the Constitution just because his ego was bruised, and he's using white supremacy and neo-Nazi groups, and he's sitting at tables with Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones and Steve Bannon and all. If you're not seeing what's going on, wake up, wake the fuck up.
That's a fact.
Sorry, mom, but nah, just wake up and see what's happening. I watch the news every single day. Like, I'm from the DMV. All we talk about is politics. Wake up.
Yeah. Yo, what's up to Mom's Hilliard, man? Like, yo, what's going on, Moms? You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't wake her up. Let her get her sleep.
Like, Steph is cussing, and I'm real proud of her. I just wanted to let you know that.
It happens every now and then, I puff my chest up and I'm not scared of you, Mom.
You got that courage, wife. You got that courage juice. You got that courage juice by your side. Wait till you get out of, come down.
Shit, oh my
I'm grown.
Yeah, your ass to be grown in the street. I can't help you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You
so you get that belt to your butt.
Right. She's gonna beat me with a cane as soon as I walk out this door.
And throw your ass out in the street. Like, yeah, like, your lyrics, can you say, yeah, all right, listen. I told, hey.
Nah, but yeah, that the current threat's my mother right now outside the door. No, but on a serious tip, you all need to be well informed. Wake up, open your eyes. There she is right now. I'm gonna be out in a minute, Mom. Don't worry, I'll be there.
She heard.
She heard you.
Love you.
Wait,
ladies and gentlemen, that's my mother.
Hey, Moms.
Meeting after? Are we still doing meeting after? Okay.
Yeah, we have to do that after. Hey, Adbiz, final thoughts.
So along with Steph and Eric, yes, I like to just add again that a lot of this stuff falls under those 9 major areas of people activity, and how that all is a collective effort of the threat. But overall, yes, I would agree that it has to do with bit of white supremacy war, which I don't really like to even call it that, because technically for people to do all these different things and for people to still overcome it, I don't see much what's supreme about that. But yeah, from the economics to education, law, politics, religion, sex, all of that stuff just adds on, especially exactly health too, because once you're influenced not only by what you've heard, what you see, smell, taste, touch, all of those are your senses, it makes it harder for your mind to connect and definitely be a free thinker, not in the sense of what you think, but a free thinker to know the difference between, right or wrong and what really needs to happen. So I feel being programmed by all these different programs and needing to unprogram yourself from it is a needed part. So the real threat is the programming of colonialism to us as a whole and all the other individual parts that are there that play. But yeah, like Steph said, like take some time to be aware, because ultimately, even though you think it's not an issue to you, your ignorance, ignoring what is actually there in front of you, will also lead to your downfall. So you can't be mad or upset about it.
Yeah, my final thoughts. Exactly, I agree with all three of you. You know what I'm saying? I feel that the greatest threat to this country is the same as the greatest threat to this world, which is racism. You know what I'm saying? If we all, I mean, let's be realistic. We ain't all gonna know how to love each other, especially not overnight. There's hatred. There's still hatred that spans back from before we were even nut sacks and our daddy's nuts, like nut in our daddy's nut sacks. I mean, shit that's been going on for way the fuck so long. You know what I'm saying? Like hatred from other tribes, other countries, all type of wild shit that we need more than 2 hours to even discuss. You know what I'm saying? If we had the balls to even do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we do, we just not gonna do it now. But I will say this, you know, if we could all come to a common understanding that Black people still gonna be in this world, Spanish people still gonna be in this world, Asian people still gonna be in this world, you know what I'm saying? Caucasians still gonna be in this world, you know, all walks of life. Oh my God! Famous Ramos from Brooklyn, everybody. Now, what I'm trying to say is, like, we all gotta understand and come to terms that everybody has a right to live their life, man. This life is a spark of energy that the Almighty gave you to experience while you're here on Earth. Please take advantage of that. And try not to end somebody else's shit because you had a bad day or somebody didn't get you something. Because guess what? That karma is going to hit your ass so bad you wish you was dead. Trust me. I do know. And I know of other people's pain and experience. I may not know much, but I do know pain a lot. You know what I'm saying? On some personal shit, but I've grown from that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be like Naruto. I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be fatty right here, man. I'm trying to be lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be Mr. Chop Cheese in the building. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag Chop Cheese City. We coming soon. Anyway, so like I was saying, you damn straight it is. Hashtag negative influence. But like what I'm trying to say is we all need to know if we can't all love each other, then at least just respect each other for who the fuck we are. We are all human beings. Get it through your fucking head. We are all human beings. Act like it. We are here. Nobody give a fuck about if you think we need to go to this other country or be wiped off. We ain't getting wiped off in existence. Get used to it. I don't want to see y'all wiped off of existence. Don't wish that shit on us. Hashtag end racism. That's the hashtag I'm really down with. End racism, man. Let's all try to at least, like love, care, or at least have respect for one another as human beings. You know what I'm saying? And all about this monetary gain and financial gain bullshit. Let's try to do it fairly. You know what I'm saying? Because we all gotta live. We all gotta live. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, like the Most High gave us this gift of life. It's to be cherished, not to be snuffed out because you had a bad day. Fuck your bad day. You get over it the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Word. So
if nobody, now hold on, let me finish real quick. If nobody told you this, I'm gonna tell you this, man. You are loved. You are cherished. You are appreciated. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to be on no soft shit. Never mind the phone ringing shit. Never mind that. Like, I'm not saying that to be soft. I'm saying that to be human. You are loved, cherished, and appreciated, man. Somebody out there does love you, cherish you, and appreciate you for the human being you are. If you don't think so, trust me, that person will come to your life sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? But pay attention to your life and trying to treat others with respect. You know what I'm saying? And let's try to live on this world, you know what I'm saying, at least with that respect. You know what I'm saying? And know that, listen, man, this person's life is just as important as the other person's life. You know what I'm saying? Respect life. That's it. You know what I'm saying? What you were saying, Steph?
No, I was gonna say, what were your favorite parts of season 3 before we get out of here? Just real quick.
Whatever stupid shit I said.
What about you, Eric?
Whatever stupid shit anybody said, really tell you the truth, but go ahead.
I don't know, man. Like it's honestly, I'm surprised. It feels like a long season, and I know we haven't been doing it for many months. So there's a lot of shit that went down in a short time, and I'm so it just I don't know, it gives your mind it gives you like your mind like trying to think of in that way. But yeah, I mean, let's hope for a better 4th season. Let's try to do everyone better and better. That's all I can say.
Word.
No,
improve.
Definitely the guess.
Sure. Yeah, that's something we haven't done. I think this was the first season we actually did like actual guess.
No, we did. We guessed season 2.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And season season 1 as well. Season 1 we had guessed this shit.
Was a guest.
no, Adviz was a guest. You were a guest. Eric was a guest.
Like an interim host.
No, I didn't come to season 2. I didn't come out to season 2.
Yeah,
oh shit, my fault. Well, you was a guest in season 2. A shout out to everybody that's been a part of this, man. It's too many names, but I'm gonna say the names that I can remember. If I forgot your name, say you are just as important. I first want to say shout out to John Shaft, even though he wasn't there for long. I still have to give him a shout out because he was an intricate part, as short as it was. You know what I'm saying?
That's good, man.
To Randumb Thoughtz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got to do that, man. Shout out to the 3 of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are just as the most intricate parts, man. Like y'all put a lot of time and effort and work and shit into this shit, man. And like, I gotta say, man, it wouldn't be nothing without y'all, man. Real rap. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got to give a special shout out to Mr. M and the good folks at iRant Network, the Ranters Union. You know what I'm saying?
We know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? For truly believing in us, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? For truly believing in us. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all really believed in us. Y'all believed in the product. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all fuck with us heavy. You know what I'm saying? So salute to y'all. Salute to the Kimberly, you know what I'm saying, KMA. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Dallas. Salute to definitely Notes. Salute the Notes, man. Big Notes, man. I'm surprised the Notes ain't here.
And
yeah, shout out to Anubis. He hopefully be all right.
You owe us the proof of life video.
Yeah, that's word to mother.
Sure you bring that through because we need to know that he's okay.
We need to know he all right. You ain't throwing him. you ain't throwing him down no stairs and no shit like that, man. Like we need to know he cool. You know what I'm saying? Like
shout out to all the guests that came this season: Carnage, Q, Mona Simone, Miles Cunningham. Who else?
Substantial and Rachel. Yeah, Rachel.
Enough. Yep. All the folks that came through as guests. Virginia
Slim. Oh, Leo. Son, I can't forget Leo, man.
That was season 2, wasn't it?
But still, like that's Leo, son. Like Leo.
I think he did one episode with us.
No, Leo did a couple episodes actually with us in season 2. Like you gotta remember, he was the one that always had food and shit. You know what I'm saying? Showing his food and all that shit. Where he had different diners and shit or at the crib. You know what I mean? Shout out to Leo. Shout out to Lanny. Lanny hit me up the other day.
Popsy B. Popsy was.
Shout out to Popsy
B. Came a couple times.
Popsy B. Mandila Loca. You know what I'm saying? I think I fucked the name up again anyway. Shout out to sorry. What is that? Mandila Loca. Mandila Loca.
But shout out to Tiffany.
Shout out to Tiffany too.
Shout out to Shu. Taisha. Even though she got shot on
Taisha.
Shout out to Taisha. What would you say?
What?
No, shout out to Taisha, real diva. I said shout out to Shoot.
My fault.
Number one.
Yeah.
She's been here from the beginning.
Shout out to Pratt. Yeah, she has been. She's been with us since the beginning. Taisha.
Nah, what? Beginning of season 3 or some shit?
2.
Season 2?
Definitely 2.
Yeah, season 2. She was in season 2. Season 2. She definitely season 2. My fault.
We all got on. Yeah, this can go on. I mean, we're just so many people. Redemption song 70, 79.
Oh, FaZe.
RJ.
Shout out to FaZe. Shout out to FaZe, B. FaZe was with us too. FaZe, like, yo, shout out to FaZe, man. I can't forget FaZe, B. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's yeah, shout out to Benny. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, shout out to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? All y'all who's the truest of true randos. Shout out to all y'all who've been rocking with us. You know, so shout out to everybody in the hood, in the streets, or whatever who know about this, who fuck with us heavy. Shout out to y'all. We love y'all to death, man. And when I say that, I mean that.
Season 4. We coming with more season 4.
We come with a bunch more fuckery, a bunch more shit, a bunch more smoke. And we coming with much more chopped cheese. # chopped cheese city, man. Like, yo,
we have a chopped cheese special episode.
And much more circumstances for which thereof. Yes. Much more of those.
Yes.
What were you saying?
You know
Eric?
what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Sorry, yeah.
Oh my god, man.
All right. I guess we
fucking
done.
hate y'all, man. I fucking hate y'all, man.
Do your thing, Larry.
Man.
Yo, guys, we will see you on season 4. Season 4 will premiere on Sunday, January 8th, 2023. Mark that on your calendar. January 8th, 2023. I don't want to hear no bullshit. But we will be sending reminders and all that. You know what I'm saying?
And we will have an
Mr. RJC78. And we have the official website.
We will have an official website. We will have a Patreon. We will have Discord. We'll have you have no excuses. No excuses.
And we're gonna have Randumb Thoughtz After Dark, finally. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we definitely working on that.
And a lot more. We have a lot more we're working on. We're doing a lot.
What's it?
Believe me.
That's a fact. But yo, guys, follow us we on all social media platforms at Randumb Thoughtz Talk Series. All right, Randumb Thoughtz Talk Series. That's RANDUMB THOUGHTZ Talk Series. Because I'm not spelling out that whole shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Randumb Thoughtz Talk Series.
Y'all know how to spell.
Yeah, exactly. No. So, but we gotta get out of here though. You know what I'm saying, man? But thank you very much, man, from the bottom of my heart to the depths of our soul, man. So I'll say it now. Excuse me. For the Vampire Brooklyn, Famous Ramos. For Stephanie Gale. For Young Ad. Your boy, ADV in the spot, Adviz. This is your boy, the LYR to the ICS Lyrics signing off. Peace.